Hey, Dan Passarelli here. Well, earlier today, the market was up, and it is not anymore. The market closed down just a smidge, as we say, but on not really a whole lot of volume here, as we can see right about here. I mean, this is a 6-month chart. This was one of the lowest volume days we've had in 6 months. The market gave up the fight, and we have a pretty big, long red candle body, which means that it's closing lower than where it opened, and it is down on the day, so it's closing lower from yesterday's close. And why is that? Well, the beige book came out. That's when the market started selling off, and it looks like we got a little bit of a case of the beige book blues. And I wonder if that has something to do with the market having a little bit of selective hearing. Because, look, I read the news every morning. I read several different news sources, and I listen to what some of the thought leaders in the market are talking about. Yesterday, there was a trade that went up. I posted this in the chat room. A trade of a hedge fund betting on a 250 basis point cut by the end of 2024. We had Bill Ackerman saying that if the Fed doesn't start cutting rates soon, the market's going to fall off a cliff. We've had a lot of chatter about the need to cut rates soon. But the reality of it is what the Fed says and what the Fed thinks is what matters, because they're the ones who are going to make the decision whether or not to cut rates. And they're saying things different than the thought leaders are. And I think some people noticed that when the beige book came out and they read some of the comments. They're still monitoring data. We're still not there yet. We do have PCE coming out tomorrow, and that's going to be a big deal. And unemployment coming out next Friday, and that's a big deal. But there was definitely no commitment towards lowering rates or raising them necessarily just yet. And so it seems to me that what the Fed is saying is very, very different than what some traders are talking about in the media and inferring and apparently betting on. So this leads to a pretty interesting market. And you know what? That creates opportunities for us. And you know what I love more than anything else? Opportunities. This is Dan Passarelli. Hope that helps. Trade smart.